Into income? Say less. It's Free Money Wednesdays. Every week, we drop the hottest funding alerts, grants, scholarships, startup catch, and hidden gems. Tune in with the Free Money crew as we break down how to apply, win, and level up. From the blog to the tube, we've got you covered. Visit mycoachministry.com/blog or subscribe on YouTube at mycoachministry for the latest drops.
Thank you so much for staying with me so far. I'm Coach Racquel, still here with you. Refresh, relax, renew. And this is our Free Money Wednesdays or Funding Alert segment. And today we're going to be talking about positioning yourself to achieve success in grant funding. All right. So let's just go to that information. So you're currently seeing my website, mycoachministry.com, and we're about to go exactly where I want us to go. So let's keep this message and get to where we want to get to. So once you go to the website, you just scroll and you'll see the grant funding thing. So we're going to be going through the checklist today. All right, so this is our grant funding checklist that we're talking about today. All right, this is what we're talking about today. So let me begin by saying that I want to encourage you to, if you're not already there, to begin to get to a place where you open up your mind to possibilities when it comes to funding. I want you to start thinking possibilities. I don't want you to start thinking I don't have money. I want you to start thinking I attract money. It doesn't matter if you can see it or touch it or feel it. I want you to have a mindset of attracting things that you want, especially funding. Now, as I'm sharing this because over the weekend, today's what, Wednesday? Yeah. It's earlier this week, I was listening to some persons sharing their thoughts on a comment that Tabitha Brown made. Let me see if I can find it and share it with you. It troubled me.
My husband told me, yeah.
Tabitha Brown, yeah, that's her name, Tabitha.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it ain't been working for you. And it's time for you to get a job. You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur, but right now you need to go to work. You're gonna need to get a job. Okay? And then keep working towards it. But at least you'll have a job while you are pursuing that thing.
So let me tell you, you see, for me, it's not so much the message of, as an entrepreneur, you might need a job as well as whatever it is your primary focus of your personal business is, right? I hear that message, and that's not a bad message, right? But I can't shake the way she presents it to me. And this is just my opinion. Oh, there's something I forgot to do. Oh, I didn't do it because it's not allegedly. No, let me say this, right? Whenever I extract or benefit from people's content, I just want to say thanks to them. So I want to say thanks to Tabitha Brown. God bless her for her thoughts and for what she contributes to the conversation. Let me say that. I'm thankful for that, right? So I'm just going to be commenting on what I'm hearing her say and what my thoughts are as I go into the grant funding thing, because I want to send a different message or send the same message a different way. That's what it is. I'm going to send the same message a different way. And so you have options. So you don't just have her way, you have my way too, and other people's comments. Because on this video, they say, is it insensitive for millionaire Tabitha Brown to tell Black women to get a job? Well, I'm not even going to assess whether or not it's insensitive or not. She has the right to speak about what she's speaking about, and only the receiver can determine if it's insensitive to them. I'll tell you what my thoughts are on what. When I listen to her, let me play it again. The way she said what she said is important.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Now, I don't know if this is a clip, and I'm on TikTok, so I don't know if she had a whole conversation before this, right? But it is my hope that if she did have a conversation before this, that she would have said that she'd have had a whole conversation about entrepreneurship first, and how it is important to own your labor, and how it is important to own your time, and how it is important to own your freedom and your intellectual property, right? Because all of those things, you invest all of those things, whether you in whatever work you do, whether it is work for a quote unquote employer or for yourself. That's one thing. So it is my hope that she said all of those things, because when I hear this, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Let me clarify. In my world, in the world of the Calm Collective, my website, mycoachministry.com, everyone was born an entrepreneur. You don't become an entrepreneur. You don't become an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur by birth, by default. You were born and created and designed that way because you are a creator. You make things. You make things happen. You cultivate. Yes? You were born a creator because you were born in the creator's image, so designed and wonderfully made. So you are an entrepreneur by default. Let's be clear on that.
And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now.
So she's saying that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now.
These
These last few months.
Years, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it ain't working for you.
It ain't been working for you. I don't know if she did some kind of research or she's speaking to a particular person. Maybe she's had some conversations with persons in her own personal life, in her own personal space. Maybe her direct followers are coming to her complaining about being an entrepreneur and that it's not working. And maybe perhaps this is why she's telling that to them. But this is what I want to say to my listeners and those people who follow me, if there are any of you out there. Well, I know you're out there. So thank you for following. Here at the Calm Collective, we don't, right, that right there, we don't believe in that, right? Because now we have to, when you say not working for you, what does that mean? What does not working for you mean? Break that down. What do you mean that, for example, as an entrepreneur, I've decided to become a lawyer and branch out on my own, but I'm not acquiring enough clients to maintain my law practice as an entrepreneur. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. It's not working out for you. What? And if it's not working, is the answer to quit? Okay, maybe that's not what she's saying. Maybe what she's saying is, yes, still you have your dream for entrepreneurship, but go find a job. The problem I have with this message is that I don't feel like she's advocating for entrepreneurs the way the message is presented. I feel like she's more advocating for business owners. Like she's not like it's almost, it comes across to me like, listen, we need people in these companies to work, okay? We need people to go back to work. I'm not saying that it's not good to be an entrepreneur, but it's not working out right now. Go back to work, please. We need you to go back to work. We need employees, okay? We need employees over here. It's just the way it comes across to me that it comes across very malicious to me. I'm not saying she's malicious. That's just how it comes across to me. It doesn't come across like somebody wanting to inspire an entrepreneur. Like if I come to you and I say, listen, I know that this shop that you open right now, it's not selling as whatever, but listen, what are some of the ideas that we could come up with to help you keep your shop? What are some of the things we can come up with to help you keep your store so you can maintain your entrepreneurship desire and goal and you can achieve it? What can we do? Okay, maybe we can get some side jobs. I don't hear the presentation of get a side job, a side hustle, and get a side hustle for your entrepreneurship. On your entrepreneurship journey. That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this, go back to work. We need you in. It feels to me like it's not in the interest of the entrepreneur, but it's in the interest of corporate entities. That's how her message come across to me, and that's why I find it distasteful. Again, I'm not her. I'm not in her mind. I don't know what she's saying. I don't know I did not listen to the full clip. But this part that I've heard, I feel like it's enough for me to have a comment on as I go into what I'm about to talk to you about. Listen to me. As an entrepreneur, number one, yes, you were born an entrepreneur. You weren't born to work for nobody. Let's be clear on that. You were born to own your labor and to own your brand and to hone in on the area of expertise that you were wonderfully created to deliver in. You're not an entrepreneur by mistake, but one of the challenges that a lot of entrepreneurs face is lack of self-work. And what do I mean by self-work? One, truly learning who you are. You've got to learn who you are. You have to make the investment. You have to go out and you have to make the investment to discover self. You need to find coaches and support systems and services that can help you learn who you are so that you can carefully and pointedly craft your personal brand in a way that you can easily speak it and people can easily grasp it, right? I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I've also been someone who's also worked with other people, because I'm going to break that down too. Because what really bugs me about what she said is that the message is not, I don't hear that message being curtailed as a moment of empowerment for people. I feel like it's almost like a lashing. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying it's just how it just land inside of me funny. Yeah, it's not resonating well at all. That message could have been said a different way from someone who is reportedly a millionaire. Sound like somebody to me that is saying, listen, we need workers, come to work. Enough. That's just how it sounds to me. I'm not saying, I cannot say that's what she is saying. I can only say how I interpret what she said. That's how it sounds to me. It doesn't sound like, listen, I know it's hard, but keep going. Like, that's what, when I'm done as an entrepreneur, when I was low, I didn't want to hear, no, drop it. I wanted to hear, listen, here are some tips. This is what I did. You can give them some insight. Tell them how you did it. Anyway. So what I'm saying is, one, you were born an entrepreneur. Number two, you need to do the work to learn yourself, study yourself, to understand who am I and what is this business that I'm seeking, the business of me, this brand of me that I'm seeking to launch, right? What is it? And how do I present it in a way that those who I'm presenting it to can interpret it and gain the understanding that I want them to get? Because people are going to hear what you say, and just like you said it, and we're going to draw to our own conclusions. But what you want to do, you want to present it in such a way that they can come as close to your intention and the meanings you want them to get as much as possible, right? And three, once you're clear on your goals, I need us to become fundraising catalysts for our business, for our financial goals, right? As an entrepreneur, become au fait with funding opportunities, grant funding applications, grant fund writing, grant fund, that space of financial, the financial space. You don't have to become a financial expert, but at the very least, let's make it a habit to apply for funding, because there's a lot of free money out there. And as you know, if you go to my blog, every month, I haven't posted one for this month yet, but every month I post the top funding opportunities that are currently out there. There are people who give away money every single day, right? There are people ready and able and willing to help you, but sometimes they cannot find you because you're so busy up under the Tabitha Browns of the world who are not feeding you any real insights. Or maybe they are. Clearly, if you're there, they must be feeding you insights. So let me not say that. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But when it comes to, based on what she just said, expand yourself to other resources and other people who can help connect you with solutions rather than people who are going to tell you about your problem. You already know you have a problem. You know your problem. You know your financial problem you have. You know your entrepreneurship problem that you have. And oftentimes in entrepreneurship, the issue we have, sometimes we think it's money, but money is not the problem, because if your brand was positioned effectively, money would not be a problem. If you were serving your right client, if you were able to attract the clients you were sent here to serve, you would not be having issues like financial issues, right? Because that's what kind of she's talking about. You wouldn't be having those issues. A lot of time we have the financial issues because we don't understand the financial landscape, and we don't understand how to access free money. And the reason we sometimes are not able to is because we don't know who we are and our business. We have not done the work to align our divine purpose with the business we are pursuing in order to attract the people we were created to serve. And I'm saying that because this happened to me. I'm a nine-time entrepreneurship. What I mean by that is I've had to pivot. Where I start was not where I ended, but where I started is exactly where I'm at. I don't even know how to explain it, because I had to go on different roads and different lanes to learn different things, because I didn't have access to resources. I didn't have access to these kinds of resources. So it was an uphill, challenging road for me, but I never quit, right? And that is the reason I now have my coach ministry, because I want to help people so they don't have to have it as challenging as I did. So I want you to understand that if you're struggling as an entrepreneur, you need to go back to the drawing board and really sit down and learn yourself. It's called a breakdown. Do the self-work so you can get the breakthroughs, right? Take some time to really sit down and work on yourself. Learn who you are from a divine perspective. Who am I? Why am I here? Find a coach that can help you understand your life purpose, your value system, your motivators. So you can. There's so much more at stake than just money when it comes to entrepreneurship. And before I go into this article that I'm going to be sharing with you, I just want you to know the next thing is this, right? Number one was you were born an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur by default. There's no way for you to leave your entrepreneurship to go somewhere and come back. No, you are an entrepreneur by design, by default. You were created that way in the image of your creator. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if there's an issue, it's not necessarily money. So you need to look for the breakdowns. Explore the breakdowns, do your self-work so you can find the breakthrough. Number three, what I want to share with you is this. Anyone you work with is a contract. Whether that contract is a long-term contract or a short-term contract. So for example, she said to go and get a job. That would be go and get a contract. You don't need to change. You don't need to stop being an entrepreneur so you can go get another client in order to generate an income. So for example, let's say you are in the business of selling plastic bottles, but you're struggling because you're not making enough money. Okay, you can now sit with yourself and say, okay, which company out there I could align myself with, that if I got a contract with them, it would help to stabilize my business or benefit my business, or it would become a partnership, a collaboration. It would afford me the kind of collaborative experience that could help me drive my my current business, or even learn about the industry I'm in. If you want to call it a job, then you can, but I call it finding a client, right? So don't just go look at job. Look for something. Look for an employer or a contractor, because that's what I call employers. I don't call it look for a job. I call it look for a client. In this world, clients include employers, so to speak. That's what we call them, employers. That's a client. It's just that it might be a long-term client, and this client need you for a certain amount of hours, which is why I'm saying, as an entrepreneur, she's an entrepreneur. The way she's talking to me sounds like she's talking on behalf of the corporate. She's talking corporate language. As an entrepreneur, and she's a successful entrepreneur, this is what she should be saying. Not just so if you want to use the word job, don't just say get a job. Say, listen, this is one of the things you can do. Search for a job that have the amenities that will allow you to that will complement your entrepreneurship goals. Find the kind of job that if you're hired by those people, not only will you generate an income, but you'll be learning about an industry that aligns with what you do. Of course, you're going to make sure you do the research to make sure that whoever you're going to be working with, you're not breaching anything by whatever. So what I'm saying, by whatever it is that you're doing, because you're supposed to be working in the area of your expertise anyway. So it's, for example, like, let's say you're you're a consultant for communication, right? And you were doing this as an entrepreneur, but finances are low. Find a company that you can provide communication services to. So even though you call that a job, you call it a job, I call it a long-term contract, a long-term client, right? Because you're going there to serve them. So the language is important, right? So you're not just going into a job, you're aligning yourself with a company that will pay you and at the same time train you and give you access to a world where you can further build on your entrepreneurial endeavors. Make sense? I hope I'm saying it correctly, right? So as a successful entrepreneur, I would have expected her to speak in a way that empowers the entrepreneur, that gives you ideas, right? So it really is just clients. What you need if you're out of money, one, you either go look for free money or you look for clients. And having a client, view your job as view your employer or the job you're in not as a job but as a client, and treat it accordingly. Your job description is your contractual agreement. You don't need to go above or beyond it. You just need to make those deliverables so you can focus on your entrepreneurial goals as well while you're doing that. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand, leave it in the comment, and once you let me know what you'd like me to clarify, I will be better able to tell you exactly based on what you're understanding. But you don't have to go get a job. No, what you need to do is go get a client, and if that client come in the form of a job that aligns with your entrepreneurial goals, then fantastic. But there's also free money out there, and there are ways to do it that you don't abandon your entrepreneurial goals. Now, grant funding checklist for entrepreneurs. These are the top 10 essentials to check before you apply, because smart money follows smart prep. So you've gotten the vision, you've got the hustle. Remember, you have to make sure you get the vision clear. Yes? You've got the vision, you've got the hustle. Now you're eyeing grant funding to level up your business, because before you start chasing down dollars, make sure you've got your strategic ducks in a row. This checklist will help you avoid rookie mistakes, stand out from the noise, and actually win the money. So the first thing is, number one, mission match. Are you speaking their language? And guess what happened, right? Even this that I'm about to tell you can be applied as you look for a quote unquote job. If you want to find one that's aligned with what your entrepreneurial goals are. Because what they call a job, like I said, I call it a client. So you can even apply this when you're looking for the client that you want to work with as you build your brand. All right. So mission match. Are you speaking their language? Have you researched the funder's mission? Does your business or project clearly align with it? All right. Can you explain the connection in one sentence? Pro tip. If it feels like a stretch, it is a stretch. Move on. Number two, eligibility. Are you even in the game? Do you meet all the funder's basic requirements? For example, for profit allowed. Sector specific. Are you located in a supported region? Is your business structure eligible, like, for example, LLC, sole proprietor, etc. Don't waste time applying for money that can't legally go to you. And sometimes you can collaborate again, you can collaborate with an organization that meet their requirements to deliver the service and to win the grant, to apply for the grant. Yes, there are no limitations. All right, number 3, crystal clear objective. Can you define exactly what you need the funding for? Is the purpose tied directly to growth, innovation, or community impact? Can you pitch it in one sentence? If your idea is fuzzy, your application will be dead on arrival, DOA, right? And this applies to just regularly promoting, speaking about your brand. Are the customers you're trying to reach clear on the objective of your company? Because sometimes that's why we're not attracting the money that we're seeking, the clients that we're seeking. Number 4, show impact, not just activity. Can you describe the measurable results of your project? Do you know how you'll track progress? Can you prove your business will be stronger because of the grant? Think, how will your business, customers, or community change for the better? Number 5, bulletproof budget. Have you built a line item budget tied to your goals? Are all costs justified and realistic? Did you include any required co-funding or in-kind contributions? Numbers tell your story too. Make them sharp and smart. Number 6, execution ready team. See, and remember, your team is not limited to people you hire. Partner, collaborate with people. As entrepreneurs, you don't have to just look for people you're going to hire. You can look for people who are also entrepreneurs, whose service complement your service and yours complement them. Remember, you can also barter in entrepreneurship. You can. All right. So, execution ready team. Do you have the people or partners needed to deliver? Are you confident you can hit the proposed milestones? Have you tackled similar projects before? Funders don't just back ideas, they back operators. Sustainability strategy. What happens when the grant ends? Will this project generate revenue or long-term benefits? Can you describe a plan to keep momentum going? No one wants to fund a one-hit wonder. Metrics and measurement. Do you have KPIs or outcomes to track success? Can you report on your impact in numbers, stories, or both? Is evaluation built into your project timeline? Show how you'll prove their investment paid off. Numbers, reports. Number 9, rock solid timeline. Do you have a realistic project timeline? Are key phases and deliverables clearly mapped out? Is it doable with your current resources? Is your schedule, if your schedule feels tight to you, it'll terrify a founder. And let me just pause there to say this, right? As an entrepreneur, like I said before, money is. An entrepreneur who's not earning is an entrepreneur that's not squarely positioned. An entrepreneur that's not strategically positioned is an entrepreneur that's not ready. There is no way you're in your divine purpose and you're not generating an income. And that because God would not give you an assignment and then not fund that assignment. It means there's more work for you to do. And going to work for someone else who's going to now exhaust your time and you're busy building their business is not the answer either. Not unless when you do that, you are also going to schedule time to work on yourself, to truly learn, to understand, to hire a coach, to get therapy, because sometimes that's what's needed. We need to get some therapy first, then we need to get a coach to sit with us and help us really understand how we're supposed to position our brand, how we're supposed to align ourselves and learn, how do I do this? Because a lot of the times we're doing it so ineffectively, where I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm moving by myself. I hire people, and that's not. You don't have to do it that way. You can collaborate. You can partner. You're supposed to be in continuous, consistent training, workshops, bettering yourself, learning the business, learning your customers. Those are the things. So when I hear a successful entrepreneur saying, "Go get hired," you don't have time to be hired, and you're not coming back. or it's going to, if you're not aligned effectively and you're not good at managing your time, you go work for someone, you may never come back and you may just end up building their business and not your own. What you need is not to go get a job, but is to find companies that are employing people with your skill set and your talents that align with your business. And they're called clients that may come in the form of a job. So it shouldn't just be any old job. And like I said, we're changing the language. It's not hiring, it's not finding a job, it's finding clients that align with you. And a client can be anyone. It can be a company, it can be an individual, it can be anyone. It can come in the form of a long or short-term contract. All right? Yes. Where you're working right now, if you're not an employee, wherever you're working right now, if you're not an entrepreneur, wherever you are working right now, if you consider yourself an employee, you're still an entrepreneur. I don't even know there's such a thing as an employee. You are an entrepreneur. It just so happens that you have contracted out your hours and your time and your intellectual property, and you have a main client or a major client or a permanent client or a long-term client that you work with, and you call that place your job. But I want us to change the language, because when we change the language, we can become empowered by it. Because oftentimes when you just hear, oh, get a job, you're not thinking building as an entrepreneur. You're thinking, oh, I go there, I do that, I come home and I live just my regular life. I'm not building anything. No, you can have a full-time client and still build, because you choose your client, or you choose your employer, or you choose your job based on its alignment with your entrepreneurial goals. You're always an entrepreneur. Anyway, number 10, polish and proof. Have you removed jargons, fluff, and filter? Did at least 2 people proofread your application? Is your tone confident, clear, and compelling? Your grant proposal is your first impression. Make it sleek. And those are the top 10 things to consider from our grant funding checklist. Now, I have a website, My Coach Ministry, and I call my village there the Calm Collective. Listen, if you're an entrepreneur and you're seeking an environment or seeking to add people who can support you to your environment, please visit my website. Let me see if I can show it to you. And you can join the entrepreneurship village that I have there, because I want entrepreneurs, I want us to walk in our entrepreneurship, right? Because you're not limited because you're entrepreneurs. So you see, as you can see on the screen, join the Calm Collective membership for adventurers ready to thrive in in calm and courage, entrepreneurs and dreamers, because you are the adventurers that I'm referring to. As entrepreneurs, we're adventurers. That's why we're on an adventure, a business adventure, and don't let anyone limit you on this journey, right? So entrepreneurs and dreamers don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. Inside the Calm Collective, you'll find support, accountability, and exclusive resources to fuel your journey. Why the Calm Collective? Because success without peace isn't success. What you get: exclusive and priority access, support, and to join the village. The Calm Collective is for adventurers like you. You're an entrepreneur balancing ambition with the Calm Collective is for adventurers like you. If you're an entrepreneur balancing ambition with well-being, you want accountability without judgment, you crave community and don't want to build alone, you believe success should feel good, not just look good, right? Your calm adventure starts now, so don't just chase success, live it with peace, clarity, and courage. Join the Calm Collective today and step into the village that supports you. This is a testimonial from one of my clients. Thank you for your dedication. I keep hearing your voice. When you take one step, I'll take 2. And that's what I tell my clients. When you take one step, I'll take 2. You stop walking, I stop walking beside you. Now, and she continued, you have proven your worth beyond measure. Thank you. And of course, this is guided by me. I'm a coach, ASMR artist, and entrepreneur. I built the Calm Collective to be the village I wish I had when I started my journey. So this is what people like Tabitha should be saying to you. And just for transparency, to become an adventurer or an entrepreneur in the Calm Collective, there's a monthly cost of $9. That's USD, and or you can pay for the year $99 and save $9. So that's on you. So I'm just sharing that with you. And there are other information on my platform that's free that you don't have to sign up with a collective for. But if you want that personal engagement, and intentional resources and stuff that I put on that I share, that I give, then you join the platform and you make that payment, because that payment goes towards, it's a small payment, it's like your Netflix, right? That goes toward the work to pull all of this together and to be there, make sure people support you. So I'm just saying, as an entrepreneur, I think there's better guidance that she could give than what she actually gave. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it. Yeah. So that's our funding alerts for today. All right. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Racquel, and this is a passion project for me. So I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Racquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there. Welcome to Kelly's Fitness Adventures. Discover your path to wellness. Hear your breath, movement, and healing align through ASMR fitness journeys. Join us on real-time walking meditations, feeling the earth beneath your feet. Experience sunrise strength training that nourishes both body and soul. Engage in waterfall breathwork journeys. Rejuvenate your spirit. All you need is a phone and an open heart. Let's connect. Come away with me. Inhale, exhale, just breathe. Visit kellysfitnessadventures.com.